dominated the day. They go out winners by 73 points.
Hard to believe, but that was the scene here at Football Park just a few short weeks ago. Eagles fans had waited a long while to celebrate the sound of a final siren like that. But 1993 was an exceptional year for the Woodville-West Torrens Football Club. Winners of the Foundation Cup, minor premiers and SANFL premiers. So much to celebrate, and it's all happened in one year. 1993, the year of the Eagle. Before we look at the highlights of this magnificent year, let's step back and look how the Eagles of 93 arrived. We start with a nostalgic look at the historical last match between the West Torrens and Woodville football clubs here at Adelaide Oval in the last round of the 1990 football season. Roger Wills takes up the story.
Eagles revel here tonight. In the West Torrens, Eagles revel. In the West Torrens, Eagles revel, sir.
Don't make any difference.
Well, that's true. 50 cents each, 3 for $1, 7 for $2, sir. Thank you, sir.
The scene is the picturesque Adelaide Oval. Saturday, September the 8th, 1990. West of the city neighbours, West Torrens and Woodville, have recently been in the news with plans for an intended merger. And now, ironically, they meet in the final minor round match today, possibly for the last time as separate entities. The proposed merger, not yet ratified by the SANFL nor by the members of the two clubs, has been initiated due to the Port Adelaide club bid to join the AFL, which, as Eagles chairman Rex Sellers has said, has changed the future for West Torrens for all time. It's certainly difficult to know if the average football supporter could possibly understand the anguish of the long-suffering followers of both teams, particularly those of the once formidable Eagles who've slipped to mediocrity since the inclusion of the Woodville club in 1964. Deep within the precincts of the Adelaide Oval grandstand, Russell Ebert quietly prepares his charges.
On individuals don't win finals, they don't win big games. Teams win the big ones. Players prepared to work. Maybe not to get the ball, but still be involved.
Come on, Jesse.
Whilst Jeff Bain supervises the calisthenics of the Torrens side, under the watchful eye of Andrew Bennett.
Finish off, hands inside the soles, nose down towards the carpet. A real good stretch, following up with hurdle stretch on those quadriceps. Drinks going around, make sure you get some...
Meanwhile, the reserves were winning their final minor round match, clinching 5th position. They went on from there to take out a magnificent premiership victory. How do the supporters react to the intended merger?
Good idea.
We're happy with it.
We don't do it, I don't think it'll be a Torrens or a Woodville in another 2 years' time, so it's just in case we have to, we'll go under.
Ralph Sear with his nephew lead the Warriors onto the arena. A fairy tale atmosphere has evolved around the game. The last appearance of Ralph Zip Zap Sear after 394 games, the inclusion of Ian Scruff Hannah in the 20 players to qualify for 200 games, even though any aggravation to a serious neck injury could prove critical to Hannah's future life. And Alan Jakovich, Woodville's full forward, is poised to join the list of players who've kicked 100 goals in a South Australian season. Ian Hannah and club mascot Costa Milanis present the Eagles to the emotional crowd of over 7,500 supporters. Former club champions are presented. 1953 fullback Alf Roberts, 1953 full forward John Willis, 1924 premiership player Albie Fleet, Peter Filippo, Eagle Club President John Graham, Glenn Pill, Fiery Fred Bills, Triple McGarry medalist Lindsay Head, 1953 halfback Ron Ashby, and from Woodville, John Cummins, Lindsay Heaven, Bill Ruth, Fred Hanch. Sewer tosses the coin and Hannah wins. Dual McGarry medalist, the master Bob Hank, tosses with Woodville champion Bob Simonson, and Hank wins. Torrens are definitely kicking to the river end. Woodville got away to a perfect start with a goal inside 30 seconds to John Klug and led at quarter time by 3 points. By half time, the Warriors had extended the margin to 41 points. This was cut to 30 at three-quarter time. However, early in the final term, Alan Jakovich kicked his 12th goal to reach 100 for the season and ensure a Woodville victory. Jakovich ended up scoring 13 goals in his final game before joining AFL club Melbourne. An emotional moment late in the term as Hannah comes off the bench. Ironically, it's another player reaching the 200-game milestone, Ian Detman, who's penalised for holding the ball in the goal square. What an appropriate finale for such a fine clubman in Ian Hannah. The end of the season, the end of an era. The decision to merge is a courageous one, but it means the birth of a new high-flying eagle.
That segment was put together by long-time Torrens supporter and former ABC employee, the late John Davey. With confirmation of the merger between the two clubs, speculation was rife as to who would be the new coach. Would it be Andy Bennett from Torrens, or perhaps Russell Ebert from Woodville? Or would it be somebody from outside the club to dispel any idea of divided loyalties? Finally, the surprise announcement came. It was Neil Baum, the former Richmond champ and Norwood coach, the man who in his 11 years at the parade had guided the Redlegs into the finals in each year for 2 flags, including that memorable 1984 grand final win where they came from 5th position to take the flag, the only side in Australia to ever do so. But with all that, Neil Baum wasn't concerned for what had gone before as he took up his appointment.
The first priorities are to have a look at the player listings and have a look at what the support staff is, but there's a lot of things to do, but it's the other season's only just finished, so there's plenty of time.
New members who had gathered for the announcement showed their appreciation.
Neil Baum.
Neil Baum wasn't the only introduction for the night, with the club's colours and emblem also being unveiled. The inaugural year for the new club was a mixture of success and failure. While fighting hard to remain among the finals contenders all year and soundly beating some old foes along the way, the major round proved to be a big disappointment. In the qualifying final against North Adelaide, the Roosters were too strong and too experienced for the Eagles, winning easily. In the first semi-final, the Eagles were in the game until half-time, but faltered in the home run as the Bloods ruthlessly pursued a grand final berth.
Burn over the top, open goal coming in, should not miss, goal!
The Eagles started shakily in season 1992, losing to West Adelaide in the first round, but subsequent victories over Glenelg and North Adelaide helped to establish a top 5 position, which they held all year. Fans flocked back here to Woodville Oval for the match against North, this game marking the return of home matches to the ground. The second year in the final started promisingly for the Eagles when they thrashed North Adelaide in the qualifying final. This earned a semi-final berth against Port Adelaide. At this time, speculation began about Neil Balme's future, but the big man was keen to allay any fears as to the immediate object of his concentration.
I've got a job to do now, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not at all put off by any outside influences. I think now our blokes see the opportunity of going even a lot further, and it really is just another game, and it's a game against Port Adelaide, and it happens to be a second semi-final.
However, on this occasion the Eagles were no match for the Magpies, leading to a preliminary final berth against Glenelg.
Smith's got it to Mansell, back to Hallahan.
Lining up against the Bays, it was the Eagles' commitment on the line. Losing Lynch and Neve in the first quarter didn't help their chances, and nor did the good form of Fidge for Glenelg. However, as was the case in the final against West the previous year, the Eagles were in the match until half-time, but faded in the second half. A disappointing end to a year full of promise. The rumours about Neil Balme's move to AFL Club Melbourne proved to be correct. Balme reflected on his time at Richmond and its importance in getting the Melbourne job.
I was very lucky to be involved in a very successful era at the Richmond Footy Club, and that tends to be one of the important criteria for appointing people to coach, that they have been in a successful environment.
Melbourne agreed to special conditions imposed by the Eagles in order for Balme's handshake deal to coach the Eagles in 1993 to be dissolved.
But we've been able to come to a mutual agreement in conjunction with Melbourne for reimbursement of any of those costs to replace Neil position here at the club.
And so began the search for a new coach. The Eagles didn't need to look far, however, as Balme's able deputy of 2 years, Bruce Winter, was considered the best applicant for the job. The Eagles started 1993 confidently in their campaign for a finals berth in the Foundation Cup.
Inside 50, was pulled off the ball. Doesn't sit nicely. Yes, this is Hannah.
The Eagles had clearly not fulfilled their potential in either 1991 or 1992. And Winter's resolve to bring home the bacon in 1993 was evident from his attitude and preparation during the Foundation Cup and for the final against Port Adelaide.
If you look at our finals performance at league over the last 2 years, they haven't been all that good. And this is one side that we didn't perform well against last year. So it gives us a real opportunity of playing in a final prior to the season proper and against the side that many believe to be the measuring stick in 1993.
However, Port Adelaide were equally determined to start the year off on a winning note, but for other reasons.
John Carl's, expressed to us that we've got to win this one, take this as a minor round grand final, and I suppose in the back of their mind, Port Adelaide Football Club, wants to get in the AFL, and to be in the AFL, you've got to win games and be the best in South Australia, and that's what Port Adelaide's striving for at the moment.
Both sides were primed for the first big game of the year.
Long ball. That's been a feature of the Eagles this year. They're long kicking it. Taylor. There's another feature. What a great mark. The former Horsham lad has found a niche at half-back for the Eagles. Pushes it towards Taylor, who's out at centre-half forward, it would appear. The handball from Zilla to Shaki. It's a two-pronged attack across half-forward for the Eagles as Shaki goes to goals, and the Eagles are on the board.
Up they go. Pesh has got it. The hand pass quickly. Now Neiman, left-footed towards centre-half forward. Shaki, oh gee, that was a terrific stretch.
The really good thing about that was Neiman's second effort in the centre of the ground.
Drop punt, low, left half forward. He's looking for someone down there. He's got Morfitt and he's been paid. Well, the crowd don't like it, the Port Adelaide supporters at least. Scott Morfitt about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Bang, straight through, good angle there. Straight through the middle, Scott Morfitt gets his first and the Eagles do claw back. Well, they fought back because there were danger signs there. The Magpies were getting away with a lot. Here we see Schwarz gets the hand pass. Chapman couldn't pick up. Morfitt likewise went across, jumped over the football. Now the dangerous Taylor. Drop punt, an awkward kick for Shackey down there. Did very well. Phillips has got him. Shackey out to goal! A terrific goal by Shackey. His second. Nothing Phillips could do.
Morfitt led the competition in goals in 91 with 99 goals. He just missed his ton. He got 52 last year. And Taylor's marked right on the line. Well, things have turned around for the Eagles. So 24 minutes gone. The Eagles pop through their fourth. And Taylor gets his first. So the Eagles 4 goals straight through. The handball comes out to Gaffney, who did well at the bottom of that pack. He just shoveled it out. This is Bond around the corner into space. Port Adelaide runners, there's 2 of them. Sentry, Hutton shepherded for Sentry. Oh, terrific tackle by Brewer. And on the line, the Eagles have saved it. No, Sentry kicked it through. Off the line, a soccer goal.
Second quarter, 14 points the margin. Chapman trying desperately to pick up. In the end, kicks it forward. Totham didn't go in perhaps. Eventually the hand pass comes out. Now Morfitt onto the left foot. Good kick by Morfitt. 2 goals. 2 goals to Morfitt. And the Eagles with a quick reply. It's where the ball's about to head now. We might get a chance to see it. Totham toward left half forward. Out there is Taylor. Had to shovel it forward. Now Nicky Pesh got caught. Got the hand pass. The dangerous Taylor tries to square the football. And Chapman straight through his hands. McInerney. Have a look at him grip the teeth round the corner. Goal. What a magnificent goal by McInerney. His first for the game. They needed that. The Magpies are 7-3-45. The Eagles are 6-1-37.
Feed it off to Chapman beautifully. Chapman can go over the top of the goal. Oh, terrific smuggling. They finished by Geneva. Finally Zilla on the left foot towards goal. The Eagle fans. It's hit the post. What a crucial goal that could have been. He was drafted by St Kilda only a couple of weeks ago and hasn't done a world of good for his confidence. The pace kicks high. Philippo dropped the chest mark. He had to sit on that ball. Now Chalmers went to ground and didn't affect the handball. Ball spins it out to the front of the back. But there's Schwarz, the captain. He's popped it through. Then Schwarz is first. A crucial goal for the Eagles. It gives them a 10-point lead. Claimed the loose ball, feeds it off to Schwarz, who gives it away now to Pesh. Outside, it's Chapman. Chapman goes short. I thought it was a nice kick initially. Philippo off. This is Zilla. Stephen Zilla, the left foot. Zilla's got it. He hit the post earlier, but he nailed that one. It's a goal. Bond around the corner into space. A pack flew at that one. Brew at the back of the pack. Will he take it across the line? I think he will in the finish. Oh, no, he doesn't. He did well to get it out to Kennedy. A hurried kick and it's short. Good option. Chapman's had some important possession, but he's also fumbled the odd 1 or 2. Payes was put under pressure by Totham, and Payes goes for the boundary line. Kept in play by Taylor. Well, Andrew Taylor, give yourself a clap. He's killed him tonight on the left boot.
And the Neiman Shepherd superb.
Yes, Neiman did well behind play just to provide space. Zilla taken high. Play on, said the umpire. Schwarz got through. And Shaggy, beautiful vision, short to Philippo. He got one 30 seconds or so ago. Now he'll line up for his second. Front position, McKay, he couldn't repeat that screamer of the first quarter.
Oh, clever.
Beautifully pushes it into space. Gaffney, can he get through? Oh, Kennedy, well done, Kennedy, holding the ball.
That is one of the best tackles you will ever see in this game. It's hurt him, took him right up the front, and they are the toughest things in the world to do.
The Eagles still lead by 17 points. Tim Geneva working hard, so too Rowan Smith. Now Pesh, who steals it. Kicks it back inside toward full forward. Getting back is Rosonic. Oh, kicked off the ground by Zilla. A goal! Oh, well done! Tate. And away they go. Hannum kicks away from the danger zone. Getting underneath it is Shackey. Gee whiz. Not sure whether that was intentional, but he did get one in the head.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of emotion from the stand. Not as bad as it played up a little bit by Shackey, and good on him. He's got the kick. That's all he wanted.
Now the next 10 minutes is where the Eagles need to concentrate. Great mark taken by Big Romy Negri. That's the sort of thing they need. Danny Hughes a good metre, 2 metres away. Philippo squares it. Shackey again. Oh! Shackey's got it.
Yes, and I think you can make that point about Danny Hughes. He's and Shane Grimm just having a swing at the ball. It was a little late, you might say. Opportunity now as the siren goes and the Eagles fans jump for joy here at Football Park. It's the Eagles 13-13-91 to Port Adelaide 10-5-65, and they've been successful in their first final as a merged club. Bruce Winner naturally absolutely elated. He won't show too much emotion, but deep down he would be absolutely excited about this win.
So the final scores, the Eagles running out Foundation Cup victors. Their first as the merged club. The Eagles 13 goals 13, 91, have defeated Port Adelaide 10 goals 5, 65, and down on the boundary line we've got Stephen Trigg.
Well, I have with me Bruce Winter, and there's not much of a smile there, but Bruce, you must be pretty happy.
Yeah, it's actually not bad for a side that supposedly couldn't play finals footy and we're going to get thrashed.
I have great pleasure in raising this.
The Eagles had shown how they could play under real pressure at last, but it wasn't long before they were called back into action again. The physical effects of the Foundation Cup campaign took its toll, particularly evident in their first round match against South Adelaide. And had it not been for some inaccurate kicking by South Adelaide, particularly in the third quarter when they were making a comeback, the Eagles may well not have escaped with such a convincing win.
Along the boundary line, the kick from Hannon goes towards Chapman again. The handball good from the Eagles. Now Pesh on the run. Good acceleration. He can go for another bounce, but he intends to go for the kick. A beautiful lead from Taylor. Well put by Pesh. Morford, clever work. Now Schwartz with the run of the ball. He has support from Shackey. Pulled away from the ball when not in possession. Free kick, Peter Schwartz, the Eagles skipper.
I think he sold the dummy a bit then, Nipper.
Did it well. Got the money for it too. Now Filippo, a half forward left. Very experienced player pays. Pro squad, 189 senior games of football. Towards Filippo, outnumbered. Now Morford into the open goal, and he's got it. Scotty Morford's got his first. And the Eagles have 4 on the board, and Morford in trouble.
Well, I think he got upended. The South Adelaide player came in late as he kicked the ball. His legs were taken out from underneath him, and I think his head hit the ground. Bends it back to the point of the square, beautifully placed. Filippo front position. The kick was a beauty, and in the finish, Stephen Zilla just roved it off the pack and ran to the open goal.
Up in the direction of Steckel. Unfortunately went to the ground, gave Shackey the opportunity. Now Filippo again in front of Quinn. Paid the mark. Geez, a strong boy, young Quinn. Filippo looks sick.
Well, he hasn't moved, has he? So the trainer quickly on the mark. Now Schwartz doesn't like what's happened, but they just should roll him over it. Let him get some air. Now the trainer does so.
Gee whiz, that's bad luck. That boy does not look too good at the moment.
The pack flew. Taylor stole the crumb, caught one for his trouble behind play too. Into space it goes. This is Stephen Zilla. Gets a handball to Morford. Morford can straddle the play. He does so. Gets it off. Cleverly done. Good work in the finish. McEnany. He got it from Pays and onto the left foot. McEnany kicks his first goal. The Eagles 7. So they've been inefficient in their forward line, South Adelaide, particularly without McIntyre today, who, as yet, we haven't found out why he's not playing. Pesh got it from Negri. Did well, little rover. 2 bounces, ran his full quota of distance, drives it long. Campbell will drift back. Oh, it's through. That's a goal. It is. Great solo effort, Nick Pesh.
Over it comes to Trevino. Good football, South Adelaide. Steckel back to Trevino. Great start at Tottenham. Great football both sides. Off the fingertips to Pesh. Calling for it, Pays. Over to, oh, he's going to go for Zilla, but he's made it difficult for himself. And he has put through a great goal to the Eagles. Tremendous potential too. And here's Morford with Shackey. Morford recovers first. Over to Pesh. He'll run to the open goal and puts it through for his second. Good reply, quick work.
Scored away from him by Clifton. Support comes from Brewer. Brewer lifts the eyes, he goes short. Zilla screams out. This is Jason Zilla. Over the top of it. Goes to ground is Quinn. Brewer inside 50, goes towards goals. He's kicked it, kick number 13.
Now Morford over towards Tottenham to Taylor. Into the open goal. The kick's on its way. He's got it.
Have the Eagles got the legs in this final term? Schwartz goes towards Shackey at half forward. He spent a little time on the bench having a rest during the third quarter. Around the corner, well tackled by Steckel. Is good work over the top of the ball and working hard. Stephen Zilla bends it back. Oh, it's a miraculous goal. Zilla's got it. That's what the Eagles needed. It's a team lifter.
But he's given his all for the South Adelaide side this afternoon. 55 out is Shackey. Kicks long. Pack up. Mark has been paid. It's Morford in front. 15 or 10 metres out. Long hand pass to give Morford the run of the ball as he gathers it in 50 metres from goal. Centres the ball towards Negri. The big fella's got it. 30 metres out sliding. Here's Brewer. Plays it in front of him. Eventually gains control of the ball. Up towards the full forward area. Negri the punch. Down there Quinn. Strong player Quinn. He's in there again. attacking tigerishly. Negri gives it over, shoots towards goal, and it's fine work there by Brewer. There's the final siren. The Eagles have run out victors by 43 points. The final score here at the Woodville Oval. The Eagles 18 goals 8, 116 have defeated South Adelaide 9 goals 19, 73.
It was a similar story at Richmond Oval in round 2, where the Bloods' lack of key forwards and poor disposal flattered the Eagles in the end result. In round 3 at Glenelg, the Bays exposed the weaknesses which both South and West had failed to exploit and thumped the Eagles by 73 points. As you'd expect, there weren't too many highlights for the Eagles fans from this match.
With the free kick. First game for a long, long time. Or he's played 3 actually this year. Oh, Taylor, what a mark. Kripke's been out for about 9 months.
Tremendous amount of experience in that. With the one arm, the left arm, just held Hamish Stewart, his immediate opponent of Bay.
Should eat this, only about 30 metres if that. There's the kick on its way, it's a good one. Good start to the Eagles here at the Bay. Here goes Taylor, long one. They seem to be looking for Primke, up high 2 from behind, and no mark taken by Morfitt. Big chance for Zilla, he's very dangerous around goals. It's a high kick, won't quite have the distance, or will it? It's gone through, I think. Yes, it has. And Glenelg go into attack once again. Fidge couldn't quite control it, knocked it to the front. Oh, Filippo, he received a rather nasty bump there. That happened a couple of weeks ago. He was stretchered off. Let's hope he's okay. He's still down at the moment. No mark taken. Here's Primke, gets the hand passed away. Big chance for Zilla now. And at long, long last, the Eagles look a bit better.
They've been beaten at the fall of the ball. They've been beaten in traffic. They've been beaten in the air. And when the ball's to ground, you can be critical of maybe a couple of Glenelg players sitting in front of the pack and so on, but they've got the numbers and they're winning it at the ball too. So all the challenges really with the Eagles as they try to go forward. Tottenham does it hard, and across the front of the pack is a catch by Morfitt. He really stole that one of beauty. Well spoiled by the Eagles. Brewer, Pesh, Zilla, Tape it looks like. Oh, Schwarz hasn't had a lot of touches, but he winds his way out of trouble.
Just can't get their run going, can they? Glenelg are at them. They're really doing it very well through this wing position, the Bays.
And just through pressure, they've won possession back. Magnificent football, the Tigers. McRae into the open goal. What a magnificent piece of football! His third, and the Tigers really showing the Eagles how to do it here at the Bay. Primke down to, that's Jason Zilla on the ground, towards Morfitt. Intelligently to Pesh. Gee whiz, they need this one. It's home. Not a big day for him anyway. Number 15 for the Eagles. He'll put it in high, over 50 metres out. They want a big catch. Oh, easy goal off the ground for Kluzak. And one the Eagles desperately need. That's his first. He started on a wing. Now he's having a run on the ball.
Now Marshall feeds out the quick hand pass. It was McGuinness, now Kretschmer. Good one. They've set something up here for sure. Craig McRae, look at this young man go. He's very quick, extremely quick over the ground. Long kick, and he has drilled it through. Wasn't that sensational football by Craig McRae? 4 goals to the youngster. A chance for Chapman, got his hand to it. Brewer, very experienced, or very good player. Got it across to Pesh. In they go again. Chapman's caught, got the hand pass away. That was reasonably clever in the end by Schwarz. Now Zilla quickly across to Tape again. Not Tape, it's Pesh. Pesh from about 40 metres out. He's kicked the goal. Well, a late goal in this game, and that's his second on this Western half-back flank earlier. Right over the top, a fantastic mark by Visca.
Indeed it is, and they're back through the centre of the ground. Opportunity for Chapman. Started in the centre, he's gone to half-back now. Puts it towards half-forward Taylor. The instigator in that little fracas before. Play on to advantage. There he is again, Taylor. Moves through the line, did it well, belts away at goal. He's kicked his second, and Simon Neve's kick is good to Taylor. He goes to ground, picking up a lot of possessions now, Taylor. I bet he would have liked to have got these in the second quarter. He puts it up high, looking from Shaki. It is. Finally, it's Pesh who dives on the ball, sends a beautiful kick around his body in towards goal. He's put that one home, and that's his third goal. He's kicked a few like that today. He's been a busy player. But finally, Brewer tries to trick one through traffic. He's caught. Kluzak does the same. Finally scores. Zilla again. Brewer out to Filippo. Now that looks promising as he kicks short. Finds Shaki. Number 23 for the Eagles. He walks into an open goal and he kicks his first.
149 Glenelg, 76 the Eagles, 31 minutes gone, and that is it. End of the ball game. Glenelg, big winners here. Let's check the score again. 22-17, 149. The Eagles 11-10, 76.
After a week's rest thanks to the bye, things didn't look much better for the Eagles up until half-time in round 5 against North.
Snapped a goal by Zilla, and that is a tremendous shot at goal by Stephen Zilla. Out of the pack, he's put through the game's opening goal.
Now Spear has support from Rogers. As I've mentioned, the Eagles are able to run from deep in defence, and that's a searching kick, a clearing kick. Forward, Shackey got the run of the ball, but it sits nicely for Morfitt. He got away from Jeffries. Morfitt around on the favourite left leg. A high ball. Kluzek sits underneath it. Ryan stood his ground, and Danny Ryan takes a terrific mark.
So, by Bettridge puts the ball to ground. Between centre wing and half forward. Shocking bounce. Comes back towards Brewer. Oh, should have picked that up. The easiest of opportunities gone. Taylor's run out. Rogers run down. Now Pesh at half-back, pursued by Tasker. He's got to be quick. Tasker's quick, but Pesh gets kicked the boot away up towards the half-forward position. Now Zilla, he's got the Eagles' only goal. Morfitt tells him to kick it, and he's kicked it all right, but he's kicked it astray. It could have been slipped over to Morfitt. The younger players are starting to gather the momentum, and North are looking good.
Brewer through traffic, gives it off to Rogers, shaping as a danger for the Eagles. He's looking in good form. Romano Negri, that's a training run, training drill. Back to Rogers, who pushes it forward, and Filippo. Terrific work, Rogers. Take him out of the Eagles' defence at the moment, and they'd be struggling.
You need this goal.
Filippo not noted for his set shots for goal, and the Eagles trail by 7 points. They need a goal to stay in touch, and Filippo puts it to the goal mouth.
After half-time, however, Coach Winter was able to instil the professionalism that was so evident in the Foundation Cup victory.
Eagles started well and they kicked atrociously in the first term to let North Adelaide in, and they took full advantage of it.
They did, but I was just about to say, have a look how many players around the fall of the ball. There would be at least 20 players.
Pesh now centre half forward, runs towards the open goal, kicks hard and kicks truly. Here's Shackey, could have slipped a hand pass over, elected to kick for goal. Negri marks, drops the ball. What a mistake. What a mistake. One can say no more. The despair on Romy Negri. Took the mark, slipped from the fingers, and, well, what an embarrassment. It's now Pesh, plenty of pace from half forward. Puts it towards Negri, it's over his head. Now Filippo, the run of it in the square, will be forced to come back. Negri calls for it, will he drop it this time? The big fella snaps to goal, I think he's got it. Negri's made amends for a bad mistake a few minutes ago.
Negri calls for it deep into the pocket, but the kick will go short out on the lead. Filippo sandwiched between two players. Romano Negri shoots for goal, the little rover. 6'9" of him, doing like a rover does. Totham in trouble, did well to evade 2 tackles. Delivers it forward, Shackey drifts back. It was a beautiful kick, Totham. Terrific effort, and Shackey with the mark 30 metres out. Lawrence Shackey in his 68th game for the Eagles has kicked 165 goals. He was hailed as the returning magician, but he hasn't set the world on fire since the season proper started. His Foundation Cup form was terrific, but that finally is a goal, just what the Eagles want. McCarthy for North Adelaide as umpire Bettridge bounces. Spear got away a kick. This is Josh Mayle playing out of a back pocket, has been serviceable. The Rovers for the Eagles haven't done a great deal of work. Neiman lifting his work rate, feeds it off. And that was Schwartz who had a rear fumble. Took his time to bend it back around the corner. Negri sits underneath it. The big man, oh, he's got it, Romy. He has 2 goals this term, and if he kicks this, he'll be hailed as a genius. And they will definitely be calling him goal hungry in the club rooms tonight. Surprise move, Romano Negri shifting to full forward from the interchange bench, then the ruck, now full forward. The saviour for the Eagles as he just bends it through. 3 goals in this term, Romano Negri. He could turn into a match winner for the Eagles.
Lehman to the front of the pack, Brewer slips it over to Pesh. Hooks around the body in towards full forward, dropping back Soderstrom. Here's a chance now for the Eagles. Shackey gathers it in, snaps it towards goal, and he's got it. Shackey's got his second.
Time running out. It's 28 and a half minutes. As the siren sounds, time has run out for North Adelaide. They've been beaten by the Eagles. The Eagles 11 goals, 17, 83 have defeated North Adelaide 6 goals, 9, 45. The final margin, 38 points. You've seen all the action on ABC Sport.
The Woodville Oval clash against Centrals in round 6 saw the Eagles return a consistent four-quarter effort all over the ground. Centrals were close until half-time before being overwhelmed by an outstanding Eagles defence and a forward line with the ability to capitalise on most opportunities. The round 7 match against Norwood proved a much sterner test for the Eagles, who eventually ran out winners by 18 points.
That's a beautiful tap. Now the back towards Matthew Kluzek. He goes in towards centre-half forward looking for another threat in Andrew Taylor. Close to him is Stephen Pitt, who's been a very reliable defender over previous weeks. Gee, there's some speed by Zilla. Away he goes towards the goals. I think he might have got it. He has. It springs free. And finally, that man again, he's played very well early in this game, Brewer, to Schwartz, whose rebound from centre-half back's also been good. The spoil from Stephen Pitt goes wide. First there is Zilla. Kicked a fabulous goal earlier in the term. Still able to get a quick kick away. That was intelligent work by Taylor. Had he taken the ball, he would have been under some pressure. Zilla the back up again. Now the presence to get it across the top towards Taylor. This time he has time. Oh, the reflex is great work through there. Away they go towards Brewer, I think it is. And he's got his second. In fact, it's Kluzek. Kluzek with his first.
Eames, quick left footer. As you can see, it's densely populated around the ball. It has been all day when it's... there's Brewer.
That's beautiful.
Just talented, isn't he? On his feet, did it brilliantly. And the kick, good vision to try and get into Shacky. Soft hands, should have had it. Around the corner, Kluzak. Taylor with a chance, and he's brought it.
I think Kluzak hit that off the back of his foot or his heel there. I couldn't see how he could quite get the angle on that he was
brilliantly done.
He was looking for, but he wasn't a good work. A Taylor from 30 shouldn't have too many problems with this.
Now he's faced the goals on this occasion brilliantly, straight at the face of goals. His first goal, Morford goes to the ball. He's outside 50. Toombs won't give him any space. He's clever enough to get around. He punches it in and finds Taylor inside the line. Only just. He'll play on Taylor, I suspect.
Well, it'll be tough from there.
Creeping around. Oh, it is. And which way's the wind? The wind's going, well, if anything, it's probably blowing at him, isn't it?
We had Central and North here on Saturday. Tasker won from almost identical position. Away goes Taylor towards the goal. Gee, I think he might have brought that back far enough. Sean Tasker, same kick on Saturday. And finally now it's through the half-forward line to the Eagles again. Come out towards the line. The question is whether it can be controlled by Tobias. It can. Through a lovely reflex run into the first quarter up towards Taylor. And at the head of the square is too strong, Andrew Taylor. Eyes only for the ball. Stephen Pitt shakes his head ruefully, but he's got a task because when Taylor's hot, he's very hot and on. And the goal just minutes ago, giving him all the confidence in the world. He sets away. He has two. That's now his third. Burns now from half-back.
Burns' kick on. Negri goes to ground and...
That's a soft mark.
The trying only.
Well, he doesn't have to get up too far because he's such a big man, but we see clearly there's only one take at it, one hit at it, and not taken.
Indeed, and another free kick. He's backing himself, going into a bit of a breeze, and it's one of these best, although his last kick was absolutely miraculous. This will go very close as well, right on the line. What's the story there?
Goal.
Oh, it's another great goal. Oh, Taylor's making his presence felt. He's kicked 4.
Sam Smart and Lawrence Shacky. And over the back comes Negri. Now what can they do? The reflex was on towards Brewer, not taken. In the end, the kick was a little rushed from Pays. And it comes towards half-forward. Kluzak is first there. They'll need to challenge him with the Redlegs. They didn't do so. The kick away was too easy, though. And that was done by Michael Tobias. Negri on for the duration of this second term. Neiman the first quarter ruckman. It looks like they'll share the duties throughout the day. From the interchange bench, they go forward, though, this time to the Eagles. There's a stroke of luck for Taylor. 3 this term for a total of 4. He now has 5 goals to his credit. O'Brien now from inside half-back towards centre wing. And McIntosh, watch this for some toughness. If he gets beaten, it won't be for fear of trying. Away it goes in towards the half-forward line. Taylor, a reflex, beautifully picked up. Towards the goals go the Eagles. And he's nailed it. Stephen Zilla with his second. Amidst very heavy traffic.
And finally it's Schwartz who'll relieve the pressure. Now they want to build something, the Eagles. They just can't get players into space at the moment.
Their forwards who dominated in the second quarter, like Taylor, at now have been Quill. Zilla wants the crumb, Burns with him. Taylor does it brilliantly, gives it off to Pays. He'd love this one to go through. He goes towards goal, and they've got it. That's a steadier for the Eagles. Was Morford, well done, Pitt. Goes to Brown, Pays, can he steal it? Opportunity, he's got the bias on his left. Tanner there, the bias. Puts it in towards goal, all by himself out the front of the pack was Rogers, and he's got it. He thought of it going on. The spill in front of the pack. It's all the Eagles though. Geyer gave it off to, that looked like Brewer. Pays, now Pisani. Away they go, the Eagles. On his right foot. Tries to find and does Shackey. Tobias will draw the player. Burns has done a good job. He had to go with the player. Now the bias from 45 metres. He sinks it in long. Won't make the distance back of the pack. Tubes. Morford. Taylor holding the ball. It's got to be. Has to be.
Well, he did everything so well until he lay on the ball. He just needed to belt the thing forward and try and get it out of that area. There was no point arguing.
No, in his defence, he just couldn't get his head. He was trying to get it out like a rabbit trying to dig a tunnel. He just couldn't find it. I don't think he was aware it was even, well, he was late, but I think he sort of unobtrusively got himself on top of it. But regardless of that, he was definitely holding the ball.
Perhaps a more fervent effort to try and get it out might have seen the umpire giving the benefit of the doubt. Now Taylor fires away towards the southern end. He was the difference in the second term with 4. He's taken his tally now to 6.
Shackey now. Over half forward he goes. Taylor jumped right. He's got it. I knew he'd get that one. Well, he waiting for him to get up there all day. Have a look at this.
I could see you ride it with him. Just relax in this chair next to me, please. This is a very important kick for the Eagles.
He kicked a harder one than this in the second quarter, and he's done it again, I think. What a brilliant kick and goal. It's 57. As I said, we're nearly 18 minutes into this final quarter. Kluzak throws the ball back out. Swartz is caught. Good tackle. Opportunity now. The Eagles, beautifully done by Kluzak to get it to Negri. And they've got a fair bit of run in their legs, the Eagles. Away they go. Shackey underneath the ball. Good body work. He's held. Got to get a free kick.
Jonathan Robbins in some trouble there in this term. He just can't handle the strength and experience of Shackey, who is using his body very well. Plenty of experience, you'd expect it. It's a very difficult one for him from probably 45 metres out in the worst pocket. Slight breeze over the right shoulder.
And he comes, we'll ride it with him. He's given it a fair steer in. I think he's got it. Oh, that's equivalent to Taylor's goal on the other side. A brilliant effort. That's his first from 5 shots. Negri in ruck, Thompson with him. Tottenham over the top. Beautifully done by Schwarz. He's given it to Brewer. He's a talent. Watch him go. He steadies, pops it in towards goal. I think he's kicked it. I don't believe it. What a sensational goal. What a time to do it.
And McIntosh again, isn't that a picture? But look, tell him everything about it, Gary. And a little more as well, I'm sure. But Neville, I saw a game here on Saturday between North and Centrals, which was close. When it needed to be won, it was the North Adelaide experienced players. And again today, the Eagles out of jail. Their experienced players got them going when they needed to. And in the end, it was the Eagles 16-16, 112. A wonderful job. They defeated Norwood, a gallant Norwood, 14-10. The margin 18 points. So, Scott, it must be a relief. Challenged in the third term and seemingly got out of jail.
Well, it's a bit like that, Tricky. Norwood, to their credit, stuck at it, and their little on-ball players played well and really took it up to us, and I think we're lucky to get out of it in the end.
At Alberton Oval in round 8, the Eagles failed to make the most of their chances and lost an enthralling game by just 2 goals. Despite the loss, the Eagles' competitiveness against the league leaders meant that if they could maintain their form, they would remain a premiership threat.
Well, last week's clash between Glenelg and Port Adelaide was a blinder in the first quarter. These are just like 2 sides, 2 boxes just feeling each other out in the opening minutes. It hasn't really got warm yet, but Brewer goes to the open, unprotected goal and kicks his first. It's a goal.
But now they work it out. Running with him is Zilla, tells him to take time. He does and pinpoints it. The value of good talking to take the pressure off a teammate.
And that bit of play would have been good for Alan Schwartz's confidence. He is a confidence player.
Indeed, and it will stifle any immediate moves for Bruce Winter to panic about him, I would think. Shackey now from the pocket. He goes towards goal. What's he done with this? Oh, he's hit the post. Great effort.
Primke, Pisani, Oh, stealing it magnificently, Brown. The hand pass not good, though. He was under enormous pressure. Ziller over the top, Tape under pressure. Smith comes at him. The hand pass is okay in the end because Pisani's got hold of the bouncing ball. Long kick to right half forward. Taylor up. Couldn't control it. In goes Tobias. He can't get it. Now he can. Slips out the hand pass. It goes back underneath players. Eventually, Shackey just runs away with it. Big opportunity now for Taylor. Has a shot and has drilled it. A lot of hard work, but they did score a goal. Schwarz, the first kick of the quarter. High one up toward right half forward. Tobias down there with Lyle. Tobias knocks it into the forward pocket. Chance now for Scotty Morford. Awkward kick. High one. Oh, good mark taken by Taylor. Good start for the Eagles.
It's a terrific second effort by Morford. Caught on the boundary line. He just forced it in, and look how the ball floated and dropped. I think Danny Hughes thought it was coming in higher. The wing got a hold of it. It just dropped, and Taylor in the front position took full advantage.
Here he comes. Drop punt, and it is through.
Northeast is kicked through the centre. Foster doesn't take it. Pushes it back to the running Northeast. Good backup. They lose possession, though. It's Posey's got the ball. He's outside 50. He puts it up high. Watch for Taylor. Good work by Delaney, but better work by Taylor.
Roger Delaney not having a big day. Morford's got away from him a couple of times. Now he just tried to body out Taylor to allow Danny Hughes to come back and mark.
He has two. Kicked 7 last week, Taylor. In he comes. That's a goal. So Taylor kicks his third.
Kick toward Kluzak. No, it's going to Romy Negri. The big ruckman. Foster standing the mark. Lays it off to Spear. Backward of the wing, kicks up to left half forward. Shackey, oh, good force, good use of the body there, out of bounds.
But a wasted ball where Negri went to Spear as a natural left footer, but maybe Spear was a bit presumptuous in taking that. He gave his forwards no opportunity with that kick. Oh, great work from Morford. He gives it off to Shackey into the open goal. Oh, good work, the Eagles. They go along to 42 points. They lead Port Adelaide 31.
Brewer comes in to try and do something with Ginnivan. The hand pass just a bit loose, so the Port Adelaide skills just down a fraction. Foster out wide, Northeast did it again, knocked it forward. Ziller trying desperately to pick up and does. Now that was good persistence by the Eagles. Long kick, Shackey at the back, almost over his head. Chance for Taylor. Brilliantly done to Shackey, and Shackey has blasted a goal. 2 goals to Shackey. Wasn't the hand pass by Taylor superb.
The crummer is Rowan Smith. He's got Williams. See if he can't straighten up this time. He's under a lot of pressure though. Good tackle on him by Neiman. Neiman again. Tate trying to work it out. They're in tight traffic. Caught with the ball. And on to Ziller. Caught with the ball was Martin on the ground. Opportunity for Taylor. He's only 25 metres out. He steers it through. And that's his fourth.
An Eagles free kick. Squaring the football. Up goes Neiman. Also Chalmers. The Magpies are there and the Crummers. Oh, very well done though by Ziller. Schwarz out wide. Now Morford has a shot and it's bending back. It's a goal. 2 goals to Morford. And what a crucial one late in this third quarter.
Brewer on Brown now. That might help. Schwarz in possession. They need one. Can they kick a goal before 3/4 time? Hayes is good. Martin pops it up high into the square, almost from behind Taylor. He weaves his way through traffic. Delaney's got him now. I thought maybe even too high. Morford off the ground. He's posted his second in just as many minutes. He's third.
Brown is there, so too Tobias. Tate gets the hand pass. Brewer over the top. It's a good one for Schwarz. Schwarz kicks to right half forward. Shackey! Oh, what a time to take a mark like that.
You like that one, Mark? You like that one?
Oh, yes. Spear's got it. His kick's a bad one, too high for anybody. It's a rainmaker. Oh, Morford makes more out of it than anyone should have. Well done by Scotty Morford against Foster. And the umpire comes in to take control. 161 games, Scotty Morford. And he declined an invitation to be a Crows player. And he's getting a bit older with more responsibilities, family and business. But still a good player for the Eagles. Got him around the corner. Hughes underneath it. Watch for Taylor behind. He's got it. Oh, he can jump, can't he? He goes inside. That's loose, Port Adelaide. And Martin gave Danny Hughes the slip.
Now we should explain, Martin came onto the oval. Morford lined up at full forward on Delaney.
he went to a ruck roving position when Brewer went from ruck roving to the centre to pick up Brown, and that's how Martin has ended up at full forward.
From 45 metres, he steps just the one step, didn't need any more, and then kicks a valuable goal. Martin's first, and the Eagles 12th. In front was Borlase, the ball's thrown wide. Rowan Smith, now northeast, Tyler on a lead, now over the top to Rizonico, open goal if he wants it, unselfishly to Collins, he'll bounce it in, you've got to go forward. Jason Spear, Tyler laughs at him as he kicks the goal. Oh, don't you enjoy that, Mark Tyler?
And that is so infuriating.
6 goals, can he make it 7? He's off the 50, he'll put it to the front of the square, big jump, Hodges, no one there for the crumb except Eagles, and there's the siren at Alberton as the members explode with joy. Well, that's been the best contest Port have had this season. They've won their 8th in a row, a margin of 12 points over second place the Eagles, and that's how the premiership ladder will stay. It was a great contest.
Despite the loss to Port, the Eagles failed to turn up the wick against Lowly Sturt in round 9. After a strong start, the urgency left the Eagles game and they cruised home to a 32-point win.
They're fiddling around on the centre wing position. Tottenham's in, there's still 3-on-1, no support coming in to lend a hand for the Blues, and Page puts it up towards half forward. Morford on the lead, out in front of Arnold, uses the left-hand side to effect into straight to Taylor. The angle is tight, but Andrew Taylor will line up for the first score of the match. Andrew Taylor kicked several goals from this pocket a couple of weeks ago against Norwood. He's put it on its way, and I think he might have got it again. He's put it through. His favourite pocket is Andrew Taylor for the first score of the match. Gray can't control it. Untidy tackle by Tottenham. Out to Schwarz. On it goes to Brewer. Infield to Wiedemann. 40 metres and closing. Puts it on its way. The breeze has hold of it. The goal umpire has a close look. It's all clear. It's another goal to the Eagles. Sturt yet to get on the board. Brewer in there again, bundled out of the way. Tape slips it over now towards Schwarz. Up to half forward right, good mark. Good lead too from Tobias.
Oh, wasn't it a beautiful pass from Schwarz? Too easy out of the centre square at the moment for the Eagles.
Tobias allows for the breeze to absolute perfection. And the Eagles have 3 on the board in the opening 5 minutes. They must get another goal on the board. Looking for Morford at the back, Taylor. This could be the one. 15 metres out on its way. He's got it. Taylor's got 2.
Kluzek can't control it. Jody Arnold can't either. And Brewer can't control the football. It's paddled out towards him. He gets the reflex away they're on. He gets it towards Page. He's got some time. He'll set it up towards the goals. I think it's going to be pretty close. It is close. It's through. Page has his first and the Eagles 6th. And from Tobias, inside they go through Kluzek and Zilla. Well wrapped up. Could be going for holding the ball there. It's running into some fairly heavy traffic there, Shane Brewer. Page is first in there, dodges a bit of shadow, goes towards the goal, and he's nailed it. Watch this movement from the Eagles. It's all fairly direct as Kluzek thumps it down towards Morford. He gets underneath it. Quick to recover is Arnold. He feeds it out backwards to Zilla. Around he goes. I think he's got it. What an opportunist goal from Stephen Zilla. That's his first. Now Shackey from half-back. He's starting to get on top of Ben Judd now. After Ben had started the game very well from centre half-back, Jeers and Matthew Dent set upon very quickly and strongly. Now Tottenham some space. Let's see what we can do here for the Eagles, because inside half-forward they've got options. Look at that for a take by Zilla. That is superb. He gets it away towards Taylor. They've got a spare man in the square. Stephen Zilla, you can count that one for yourself. Kluzek puts it through, but the take of Zilla was just perfect.
Zilla towards centre half-forward, looking for Morford. Geddes under it. Does well, battles through the pack, but unfortunately can't control it. Neiman grabs it, snaps it towards goal, and the big ruckman has barreled it straight through the centre.
As away goes Brewer again. He's an exciting player. Taylor has the sit. Arnold with some strength though. Working back is Marcus Trimboli. In support, Andrew Underwood. He dispatches it away towards Arnold. He's unmercifully dumped. The umpire's called holding the ball. Play on for the call, and Zilla has his second.
Stuart Tottenham number 10, Negri 44. His opposite number, Justin Salisbury. Now Schwarz kicks up towards centre half forward. Taylor, magnificent mark! Oh, the mark of the day to Andrew Taylor. 45 metres out, soared into the air. One grab, a sensational mark from Taylor. Ball dribbles clear, but guys there to lend a hand. Now Tobias is all unattended on his own into centre wing. He hasn't got a player within the 30 metres of him. Could have another bounce, could make it 4. Long hand pass. to Morford, siren sounds, and the great Sturt fight back has come to an end. The Eagles have held on for eventually a comfortable victory by 32 points. The final score here at Football Park, the Eagles 15 goals, 17 to 107, have defeated Sturt 11 goals, 9, 75.
The lacklustre form continued in round 10 at Adelaide Oval against South, where the Eagles squandered a narrow half-time lead to be completely outplayed by a more desperate South in the second half. The steely defence that had characterised the Eagles' best performances returned in round 11 against West Adelaide. Despite a strong start from the Bloods, the Eagles were able to thwart any serious challenges to win comfortably by 42 points. Round 12 saw the Eagles come across a fiercely determined Glenelg side at Woodville Oval. In a tight tussle, the sides could not be separated at the final siren, playing out a memorable draw. As if stung by the home draw with Glenelg, and with a week to contemplate the lost chance, courtesy of the bye, the Eagles took out their revenge on a hapless North Adelaide, thrashing the Roosters by a massive 107 points.
This way and that. Now, the player there was Neve in the end who got it back from Wiedemann, in towards centre-half forward. Devine is there, so too is Mail. Perhaps dropped it on the tackle. It's paddled out towards Kluzek, quickly around with the left leg, up towards the full forward line. Battle of two players, one is Nickel, taken though by Payes and goal. The Eagles have their second.
And the Eagles from the back of the pack will mop up as it comes across ground to Andrew Rogers.
Rogers now to grandstand side, into the teeth of the breeze. I changed my assessment about that breeze as Wiedemann comes towards half forward, and Payes has got so much room, it's unbelievable. Sets himself away, the kick's a perfect one towards Taylor, and he couldn't miss it. Even though he's caught one from Mark Jeffries working back, I think it was. And a good mark from a very good foot pass from Andrew Platt. They've got him pretty well covered. They realise that he's one of the danger men. Don't they have some options? There's Morford off of the ground. I think he's got it. He has. What a goal. He's first and the Eagles third. Kripke backwards towards Nickel, and for a big man that is very athletic, Stuart Nickel, terrific goal. His first. And the Eagles sixth.
Brinky from the wing centres the footy in towards Devine. Mark Devine, game number one for the Eagles. Comes towards half forward. Kluzek goes around Perkins, 45 metres out, closing, puts it on its way towards the northern goal. And he has footed it through. From centre half back, Krieg runs full distance, puts it to midfield, over the head of Bennett, straight into the waiting arms of Alan Schwarz. Casual as you like, out to the wing, Brewer. Oh, they're starting to finesse too much, the Eagles. Kluzek back towards Peter Schwarz. From centre half forward, down to the goal front, looking for Nickel. From behind, has been paid. Play on to the umpire. Great snap by Nickel. They can do no wrong, the Eagles.
Nickel stood his ground amidst two players. I don't think there's any question that was a mark. He opted to play on anyway. And from the ground,
kicked a terrific goal.
When you're hot, you're hot. He's boiling. But Sanders runs to the outer side, kicks towards half forward, off hands, the Eagles. Totham out into the space towards Alan Schwarz. Sanders puts the hold on, but Schwarz has the momentum up, and Alan Schwarz kicks towards centre half forward. Andrew Taylor. In comes Savage. Savage thrown to the ground. Foden can't get it clear. Taylor's tackle is strong. Zilla back towards brother Stephen, who snaps towards goal and has put it through. Up towards the right half forward flank. Taylor out on the lead. Body against body there. Out it comes in deep into the pocket. Pays with the difficult shot at goal. Swings it around. That is a sensational shot from Andrew Pays. Oh, what a goal from Pays for his second. Morfitt hurries the ball on. Down over the half forward flank in the direction of Kluzek, who goes around Barrett back towards Wiedemann into the open goal. Oh, went for the hand pass towards Nickel. Shepherded off. Wiedemann snaps towards goal, and the big fella has got it.
Grandstand boundary side as is. Tate quickly forward. A couple of players losing feet down there. Primke works back quickly, so too does Savage. Again, it's that player in Pays who's done so very well for the Eagles today. Thumps it forward. Taylor dispatched his opponent, did it well and took the easiest of marks. Certainly haven't. They've been physically outgunned, and there's another example. Primke too easily. Over the top towards Rogers, I think it was, on the far side of the ground. He looks in towards Zilla. Great mark by Jason Zilla. Did it very well, and now we'll have a shot from 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. It's been a big kick winner for the Eagles today. Dispatched by Schwarz to Totham, and again the Eagles are out of strife, and so much room for Stephen Zilla. It's unbelievable.
Runs after one bounce, kicks long and wide. Taylor drops an absolute sitter, puts it through the legs to Perry. Now Shackey into the action for the first time. Back towards Stephen Zilla, 45 metres from goal, puts it on its way, and the mark taken brilliantly by Nickel. Only metres out. They go around on a very acute angle. Perhaps not so acute, but what a mark.
The replay didn't pick it up. What it did pick up was a terrific mark. Obviously back on deck now and playing well. Towards centre half forward he goes. He's looking for Shackey. Strong mark. Devon Perry. Foreign finding Stuart Nickel, has 3 goals to his credit, so he's shown some versatility as well. He's rucked, played at centre half forward, he's kicked 3. Good take by Totham. A couple of North players ran into each other and lost feet. In towards the full forward line it goes. Saunders did well courageously to hold his ground. Working in there is Zilla. He works it out, the brother Stephen did it well to Devine. An impressive debut from him today. He's got so much time, it's extraordinary. Fires towards the goals and has his first. A just reward for a good day out.
Jason Zilla over towards Brewer. Now we find Schwarz drifting down. Can't gather it in, but eventually tips it over towards Jamie Tate. From the wing position, directs the ball back infield. Morfitt, centre half forward, comes across ground looking for Brewer, but good talking from Wiedemann. Allowed the Weed to take the mark and plays on. Fires it towards the northern goal, and the Weed has got his second.
Lawrence Shackey, perhaps he's even a half-forward Shackey, so that's adding some insult to the fact that the wound that North Adelaide have in the fact that they can't really get anything going, and they're very much outpointed physically. And mercifully, the siren goes to end North Adelaide's woes. The Eagles today at Woodville Oval, convincing winners, 24-18, 162. North Adelaide 8-7-55. You've been watching this action exclusively on ABC Sport.
The forward line firepower so evident in the match against North returned to the fore in the game against Central in round 15, setting up an early advantage for the Eagles, which was never surrendered despite some sloppy play.
And Shackey goes left to Alan Schwarz. His kick is okay. If he can get through, Morfitt from 45 steers one in. Taylor at the back. Off hands, clever, a goal, his second. Andrew Taylor, when that ball came in, just sitting back in the square by himself, not going to the play. And that's hoping football. A couple of goals on the board. I guess he can take those sorts of risks, but wouldn't want to be doing that if the game's tight. Shackey, Congreve intercepts brilliantly. He's got a left foot, snap it, goal! I don't believe it! What a magnificent piece of football. Individually brilliant. His first goal. Down the ground, Primke. Good tackle of Raider. Again, Zilla. Steers one over the top of 50 to Brewer is good. Handball to Taylor. Into the open for his third. No, he won't. Unselfishly. Over the top. Stuart Nickel.
His first goal, Eagles 3.
Out wide to Tate, who sweeps the hand pass even wider to Kluzak, even wider again to Brewer. Short pass to left half forward. The target down there is Nickel. Around the corner he goes. Now Zilla runs onto the football. Chance for Taylor, who's very dangerous. And gets his third.
Now they got the numbers. Well done, Reavers, on that occasion. Gets it backwards to find Geister. Finally, Stevens. They run it out the Dogs. Back towards centre wing, eastern side of the ground, but the kick is a poor one. And goes straight to Alan Swartz.
Kicks towards centre half forward, and what a kick it was. I think that's Rogers.
Now, two instances in the last couple of minutes. Chaplin could have killed Rogers. Here, look, he just pulls out and just puts an arm around him.
28-year-old, about 48 metres out. Good-looking kick, drop punt, through the middle. Another one. Eagle fans celebrate.
Zilla will have another chance at it now. Into Taylor, he's good at this. Taylor, how easy is that? Good. Great work by Potter, but Rogers runs through the centre of the ground. In long, Brewer's underneath it, and he'll take the mark.
When you see a kick like that from Rogers, you wonder how strong the breeze really is.
He plays on. That's the second time he's kicked into the man on the mark. Morford from 35 metres, gives it back to Brewer. Can he redeem himself? He does. With 40 seconds off time on in the second quarter. Pripke, he's kicked it. He got it from Neve. Good work by the centre half forward.
Rogers, big chance here. Zilla, long kick. Oh, that's a terrific goal. Stephen Zilla drills it through, his first. Western wing, booms it toward right half forward. A good mark taken down there by Tate. So he'll put this back into the wing section again. No, he decides to cut across the face. Generally a little bit dangerous. I think they'll get away with it this time. Oh, no, they won't. Coffey comes in. Neve made a terrible mistake. Hanging on. Oh, gee whiz.
Hangs his head in shame. He made a mess of that.
The quick hand pass with controlled haste, that was particularly good. Neve with a little short pass is also okay. Stuart Nickel hand passes to a teammate. A big opportunity now for Stephen Zilla. Long and high, and Taylor. Yes, sirree.
Well, he kicked 6 goals last week in their big victory over North Adelaide, and he kicked 4 in the first, 1 in the second. His confidence is sky high. He really backed himself there.
Now Brewer got it from Zilla. Zilla's going to get it back because Shackie's hand pass is okay. It's a good bounce for him too. And Jason Zilla, long downfield looking for Taylor. Well done. This is Stephen Zilla. He'll kick a goal from there, will he? Yes, he will. Well, the Zilla's working brilliantly there with Taylor and Shackie. 2 goals to that young man.
Saywell gets it forward. McGowan. Not before Neve pinches it. Saywell dispatches the final possession for the day. But they're out of time, the Dogs. It's the Eagles 16-13, Central 11-9, a margin of 34 points.
Again, the Eagles' forward line dominated Norwood in the round 16 clash at Woodville Oval. Although outscored in the second quarter, the Eagles regrouped after half-time and did not allow the Redlegs a sniff, eventually winning by 47 points.
As Neiman goes in with his left boot towards goal, Taylor. He's third on the goal-kicking list, and he might jump a kick or two today. Advantage goal, and the umpire's paid it.
Toombs couldn't quite control it. Well done by O'Brien on Zilla. Kicked off the ground cleverly by Nickel. Here's Stephen Zilla trying to knock it into the path of Taylor. Does so now. Round the corner. 100 games today. He's already got a goal, and a terrific goal there by Taylor.
As they go straight to a back pocket.
Modra, good kick, almost into the centre of the ground. Oh, what a mark by Robinson! Holy dooly!
Holy dooly, I've never heard that in a footy match, but it was a great mark, wasn't it?
Oh, wasn't it terrific? You've obviously never sat next to Neil Baum.
Hand pass from Pisani is good to Swartz. A long kick out very wide to the eastern wing. Out there is Pays and Eames. The ball is bouncing well there for Pays. Hand pass to Nickel, who's looking dangerous. Long left foot kick well inside 50. Out they storm. Pitt at the back. Oh, good mark taken by Neiman.
Big catch. And the Eagles again will clear the centre. They've got the runners forward of the play. Zilla's there. That's Jason. He stabs it in. Taylor on a lead. That's the way it goes. It was a great lead. He ran straight to his vision and his leg. Very intelligent forward, Andrew Taylor. He's not a bad shot at goal normally either. I think he's got that one through.
The wingman Kluzak. Look at that kick. That's a beauty right on the chest of Neiman.
The Redlegs are going to do something out of the centre. They're getting hammered out of there at the moment.
Oh, gee whiz, that was pretty to watch, wasn't it? There's David Neiman's kick. She got good distance with that. Have a look, unchecked. That is unbelievable.
And a 50-yard penalty.
Well, it won't matter, although it'll bring him right
Smallridge undisciplined then.
Around the corner goes the experienced Page, beautifully put to find Pisani. He lifts the eyes and has a look. The contest. Tubes, Nickel, loose to Primke, read beautifully into the open goal, and the centre-half forward makes no mistake.
Primke clearly on top at centre-half forward now. He's had the better of Modra in the last 20 minutes.
That's a key matchup, isn't it? Up they go. Nickel at the back of the pack. A chance for Taylor. He saw that Morfitt was there within eye shot, and Morfitt bangs it through. Clever work by Taylor. Morfitt will be accredited for a goal.
Big punch, Pisani. Rogers, front of the pack. Smallridge has got him. Neiman. Kelly takes him to ground. Zilla loose to Nickel, over to Page. They're doing it pretty well. The Eagles, he turns it towards goal. Great individual effort, he's first.
Now, Kelly. Tanner. Kluzak with him. Good mark. Cleverly done by Kluzak. Well done, young man. Jackie, who we haven't seen up forward for 2 or 3 weeks. He's up there at the moment. Oh, he just stood there. No one came at him. Hayes, now the wingman, well inside 50, down there looking for his forward, almost pit at the back, a chance for Zilla, has to have a look at the goals, and does so. Goal! What a spectacular goal! It's Stephen Zilla, his second.
In there was Kluzak, gets it back to Brewer, who did a lot of work earlier in the piece. McInerney, hands like bricks there for a while, but he finally got it back, threw it into the space. Primke was there, Zilla's there. Until he called him Jesus was there. He's not playing that well, is he, really? But the kick was finally butchered by Morfitt. Smart, opportunity, puts it up high. Dolan with a chance, he's kicked one. It's loose. Rogers has a look, pirouettes, and goes to Spear. Spear's kick, Barnes there, have to stay there too as they can burn. Johnny McInerney!
Over the top of Barham too. He'll remember that one.
Now Morfitt out of the centre of the ground. Primke on top at half forward. Goes to Page. If he can get it over the top, he's got Jason Zilla in space. He heads in towards the open goal. He kicks his second.
Kicked off the ground, very close to the boundary line. Here's Kluzak, speaking of wingman. Short one to Peter. Schwarz, the captain. Now Zilla, Jason Zilla, long kick to the square again. Neiman, we saw him take some spectacular marks, and Zilla's kicked another one.
Brewer's there. Brewer again. A beautiful piece of individual football as he goes towards the goals, but couldn't quite do it. Neiman saves it. McInerney with an opportunity. He's only 10 metres out. There's no pressure at all. He just pops it through. It's a training run for him.
That would be a concern to Neil Craig, the coach of the Norwood Redlegs, because we saw them a couple of weeks ago demolish Port Adelaide. Great mark taken by Pays on his chest. They haven't lost for a month, actually. They've had a bye and a draw and 3 wins, so they've done very well, haven't they? Taylor's kick is right to the square. Well, that man, it's just a shame we didn't come live earlier on, because he took some terrific marks and kicked some wonderful goals.
And that's a beautiful one hand that we highlighted in the break.
Don't believe that. Oh no, that's surely an optical illusion. Well, he missed it. He has got blood coming from his head.
As Kluzak sends the Eagles forward again, a chance for at Nickel, I think it was. He goes back to Pays. Neiman held on to it. He'll make amends. Surely he'll make amends from the 10-yard square. In he comes. He's got to. He kicked both of those in the first, and he's got one in the last. He came on in that second quarter. Tokia goes wide to Devlin. He has a bounce as the siren goes, and Norwood just finds the Eagles again too hard to beat in this historic game. The first one at Woodville Oval.
So let's check those final scores. The Eagles 18-16, 124. Norwood 11-11, 77. We don't see him smile very often. We may well see a smile today. Here's David on the boundary line speaking to that gentleman right there.
Well, Bruce, there's a leading question. Are you smiling now?
Oh, I always smile.
Great win, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very good performance. I thought we got away to a good start. We had that patch of about 15 or 20 minutes where we conceded the ball back to Norwood, but I thought our second half was very tough.
10,000 fans came to Football Park for the Eagles match with Port Adelaide in round 17. Port thrived on the challenge from the would-be contenders for league leadership, blitzing the Eagles in the first half. The Eagles got back into the game briefly in the third quarter, but Port responded, keeping the Eagles at arm's length for the rest of the game and winning by 29 points.
Anthony Toombs, opportunity for Brewer, the youngster into the open goal. What a brilliant player he is.
Kicks inside 50, Taylor, no up in front, Chalmers playing a kick behind Zilla. High kick. This is going to fall short. It may roll through. No, it rolls away from the goal. Jamie Tape again. Now it's Brewer. Brewer's got a chance here. Was he out of bounds? I don't think he was. And he has threaded it through.
Watch the physical attack on the ball today by the Eagles. That's the thing they really want to prove against Port Adelaide. Oh, well done, Ziller. He pushes out to Taylor, off to Pays. Another goal, the Eagles. Oh, they're on fire at Footy Park. There's Lyle. Smith. He wants some help. It'll set for him. He's okay. Goes back. Not a good possession. Ango loses feet. He's in trouble. They're not doing anything cleanly. Williams is caught. Great attack on the body. And we'll have a ball up. Centre wing, so quite easy to see the Eagles' strategy. At the ball, at the body, plenty of numbers, and that's real pressure, Nipper.
Well, seeing Port Adelaide crumble under pressure last week, obviously the Eagles have done their homework, and as you said, Neville, run at the player with the ball, give him not 1 second to dispose.
Hull gets the knock down, back to Williams, on to Lyle, he's caught, great physical pressure, Rogers, Wallace, Jason Ziller, Shacky, Smith late. They're in numbers, there they are, and they'll go away with it again. Oh, good tackle, Bond. You can't call anything at the moment, it's just coming out of the woodwork, players. All sorts of special efforts. Don't worry about anything, just get the footy. Take to Rogers is good. The Eagles are back into attack. Little George will wrap up though. Oh, he's only just, Nipper.
Well, he's a player that keeps his eye on the ball no matter what's coming at him, and on that occasion it certainly paid dividends 100%. Here's another.
Northeast is unchecked, so is Hull. He drew the player magnificently, and Hull from about 80 metres. Long kick looking for Tylor down there. Spear with him, Bond round the corner, another one! It's another one to Bond. Did you notice Rosonico limping, or was it just
no,
perhaps
just a straight change, Mark.
Okay, so the chance now for Brewer. Well, he needs this one, doesn't he? Brewer gets his third.
McInerney, now Chapman from 50. They might make something of it. They need it desperately. He's hit the post.
Right up the top. Back in the centre. So what can the Eagles do? Well done. Good hand pass there. Rogers, long bomb. He might score here. He has. Well done out of the centre. So the Magpies away from that to danger area. There's Big Smith. Now he is really a factor. He can, as we said, really rip you to pieces if he's going well. Lyle lays it off to Brown. It was a little bit hot. And Brown just having a couple of words to say to Jamie Tape in the form of a wrestling match. Nickel swings onto the left boot, looking for Taylor down there. Here's Andrew Taylor. Now he's got a bit of time. Phillips comes at him. Taylor with a very high kick. He's made something out of nothing here. He has kicked a sensational goal. The Eagles really need to lift. They've got the ball at left half forward. Got a bit of a chance now inside 50. They converge. Ziller's there, so is Biaggi. Good tackle though by Ziller. Oh, very well done by Taylor. Now they're just putting a bit more pressure on Port Adelaide, and Taylor's got a free kick.
He goes right to Swars. Oh, beautifully intercepted by Williams. He'll cut you to pieces if you let him. He's kicked towards Taylor is short. Tyler goes down. He's been hit pretty hard. I don't know who did that. He'll probably get up though. Smith into the open goal. Can he kick his first? That'll make Tyler feel better. He does. And he's going to help his mate do his feet. Port Adelaide are unbelievable at the moment.
Oh, Ziller just stole it from him. Pays outside of 50. Long kick, getting back down there and doing some good defensive work was Mead. Big chance here for Ziller though. Ziller swings it round, and I think he's got a goal, a belated goal to the Eagles. There's a loose man, it's Taylor. No, he wasn't really loose. Here's Nickel, should run into it. He don't know, he gives a hand pass across. Oh no! Pays had a chance to really nail it. Neiman is absolutely in all sorts of trouble. There's about 6 Port Adelaide players around him.
He goes inside looking for Collins. It might be his first touch. Cleverly tried to lay it off, couldn't. Oh, Ziller inside Pisani. He makes enough space. Can he kick a goal? He's 35 out. Puts it in high to ground. Opportunity, Neiman. Easy goal, Nickel. He walks in for his third.
The Magpies have just completely dominated.
Well, they've come back to the form that they were in some weeks ago, and that looms as a real problem as far as all the other sides are concerned.
Here's McInerney, left footer, short one is good. Stewie Nickel.
He's really given them something to look at up forward in this third term. He's kicked a couple of goals, he's taken some strong marks, and his height's been a real worry as far as Port Adelaide are concerned.
Now another chance for Nickel, so he is a factor here. McInerney getting underneath it, or almost Foster. Big chance now for Neiman. Round the corner, it's an unguarded goal. This will bounce through. Yeah! No, it hasn't.
Chapman Claus, Neve and Rogers combined pretty well to send the Eagles into attack. Taylor! Well, that's a lot better, the Eagles. They might have slowed down a little bit, the Magpies, but Taylor hasn't. And out in front, good catch. He has 2 goals. He kicked their last. Can he repeat that? Off of 45, off of 45 to 50 metres. He's a very accurate shot at goal. He's kicked his 3rd. Williams, Kluzak there, and he stole the ball back.
Oh, brilliant mark taken by Kluzak. So they turn it around now. And here go the Eagles. Rogers kicks inside 50, and Neiman has taken a big mark.
Well, are we going to see one of the greatest reversals of all time?
48 metres, drop punt, bang! Another one.
A little bit lucky.
Port Adelaide went in the back. They want it badly, but the umpire won't have it. I think that was Kevin Chambers made that decision. Can't disagree.
Mark has certainly been paid. Morphet was going with a hand pass because the whistle for the mark was a little bit late.
Taylor on a lead. Can he again? He has! They set themselves. Spear's going to jump as well. He does well. He left his player at the back. Opportunity now for Collins. Williams tells him to run it in. 2 bounces. He kicks from 50 into the open goal. He has scored!
Pisani, good rebound, a good kick. Now Morford, a chance. Northeast, very good tackling. Now Zilla. Williams goes in.
Oh,
a bit
get out. If that's not a free kick.
Well, it looked a bit high, didn't it?
Well, didn't look, was.
Now Morford, 45 metres out, bangs it goalward and goes straight over the umpire's hat. Morford gets his first. Primke received from Pays, now Chapman from 48 metres. Brewer has to really pump the legs to get out there. He's a very good player for the Eagles too. 2 or 3 in the first couple. There's a good hand pass, and that was pretty good work in the end. Taylor gets his 4th.
Still in second spot. They go forward again. In front, Primke. Mee does it well. Runs away from him. Off the 50-metre line, and have a look at this. They're in space again. Mackay, 2 bounces as the siren goes, and it's a Magpie victory. Mackay is pleased, and so should all the Port Adelaide supporters be. The final score here at Football Park, Port Adelaide at 26-12, 168. The Eagles are 21-13, 139, a margin of 29 points.
Sturt's lack of skill and experience let the Eagles off the hook in the Woodville Oval meeting in round 18. Only a solid 3rd quarter effort provided a buffer to Sturt's persistence. The form lapse evident against Sturt was on display again in the first half of the round 19 match against South at Adelaide Oval. In blustery conditions, Winter shuffled his team around and came up with a winning combination that managed to turn a 34-point deficit into a 45-point win.
Tarford, Philippo outnumbered. He goes straight to Heath again, searching for the hand pass and gets it okay. Orlick, and knocked over the boundary line by Wiedemann, and I would have thought that would have hurt.
It's been a very physical game so far, hasn't it? Orlick, Wiedemann noted for his physical impressions on games.
Under the ground, Gary Haylock in his 200th game for the Woodville club, and
Stephen Zilla. The Zilla boys are in everything at the moment, aren't they? Quick punch back, opportunity for Wiedemann. He's a natural left footer. Have a shot, lad. Uses his pace into the goal. He's going to make something happen today, Wiedemann. Doing it single-handedly. He acknowledges the crowd.
Now Neiman, little short chip passes, good to Wiedemann, and then gradually building again.
Wiedemann now through half forward. Page is there. Well done, Taylor. Gets it up to Jason Ziller. Opportunity for Philippo. He goes in towards goals again, and he's put it beautifully to nickel.
Gee, I wish we had some stats on the number of free kicks in this match so far. It's been incredible.
It's a lot, and it's great take. Taylor plays on, has a pop shot at goal. Well, the Eagles well and truly on the way back. That's his first.
I just wonder how much of an influence this breeze is. It's worth 3 or 4, but
I wouldn't certainly say 6. Well, South kicked 5 with it in the first term. The Eagles have 6, but it doesn't appear to be that strong. But then we're up here, they're out there.
Here's Philippo, good kick, good vision to Taylor. And Taylor should eat this.
Once again, Wiedemann in the play.
Well, the way that Taylor made position there, one of the few times he's been able to get away from Harrison. He's dead in front.
Here he is. With respect, it's not a good kick.
That is, words.
Kapler goes underneath towards Page. His kick is short and finds Trevina. The speedster's caught. Great tackle, Wiedemann. And he's holding the ball.
Oh, super football to Weed. Centre wing, underneath of it was Filippo. Chapman playing out of the centre. Kapler's got him. Loose ball, Badhams is there. Quickly Kluzak, cleverly to Filippo. He runs through half forward. He's already kicked a couple of goals, Filippo, and he's done it again.
Here's Brendan Harris's kick, and it's a good one. Neiman with a terrific mark.
Well, as we said just moments ago, Neiman can do great things when he's fired up, and he started this third term in sensational fashion.
There's Neiman's kick. Taylor's the target. He's got his eye on it. Also Nickel coming in. Kluzak runs after it. Close to the line. Keeps it in play cleverly. Gives it to Pesh. Pesh gets it back to Taylor. Now Zilla from about 45 metres out. Taylor got his hand to it. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked it. He has. So Page, good distance with that. Oh, gee, that was courage by Quinn. I'm just not sure whether he knew the oncoming eagle was coming at him. But he didn't flinch. He couldn't take the mark, though. Here's Wiedemann from the left forward pocket. Oh, what a goal. No, he's missed. Eagles lead by 22 points. A lot of players around here. Now it's Taylor. Taylor has scored a goal.
Pesh kicked a lovely goal in that third quarter. Gives it to Taylor. He might give it back. Turns onto the left boot. Pops it in high. Underneath it was Kennedy. Filippo from 30 metres. He turns it around the youngster. Oh, he's a brilliant player. He's kicked his third. The action with Zilla. He gets it over to Morford. The half forward tears away and kicks it back to where he's playing on. Great take, Taylor.
Been a lion-hearted performance from Daryl Heath. He's rucked a lone hand throughout the game. Oh, Zilla, great bump and wins possession.
Yes, good bump there on Orlick, and Zilla with a short kick. Another good bump down inside 50. There's Morford. Was he tripped? The umpire didn't seem to think so. Zilla goes off the ground. Neiman bends the back. Gives it across to Pesh. The hand pass, well, he was looking for Taylor. Taylor didn't even attempt to mark it. Filippo, he just tried to kick it out of the ground. And here is Neiman, and Neiman gets his second.
Player though, Wiedemann. He'd be happy with that result. So would Bruce Wiedemann. Well on the way to top position, the Eagles. 13-20, 98. South Adelaide, 7-11, 53.
Whether it was the bye or whether the Eagles just liked the prospect of playing North, a revitalised team appeared in round 21 to give the Roosters their third consecutive thrashing from the Eagles in 1993, this time in front of the Roosters' own home crowd. This was the Eagles' biggest win of the year, a remarkable 156 points.
Oh, he's an exciting player. He plays on quickly, pushes it across. Filippo into the open goal, and the Eagles. Oh, they've kicked their third.
And they did it so easily too.
Number 17, he pushes it across the ground, and there's Rogers in space. Jeffries gave him plenty of room. He handballs on. On that occasion, he gave it to Chapman, had to get it back though. This is Chapman again, gives it over to Morford. Into space is Zilla, now pays him at six. He's got a chance, has a pop shot, and it's stuck in. The Eagles with their fourth. Chance now for Hannum as he pops the ball up to half forward. Oh, great mark, Filippo. He went back, used his body, and kept his eyes firmly on the ball. He's got Negri in space, the big fella's back there. He should take this. Good pressure put on him on that occasion by Bowden, but Taylor, the brother, into the open goal, got his second. On that occasion was Greg Dyer. Wellman, backward of centre, just straight down the ground he goes. Rogers, oh, big catch!
Well, the ball is knocked to the side of the pack. Chance now for Kennedy from half-back. Kennedy's kick is a terrific one to the unchecked Filippo. Infield he goes to Kluzak. Have a look at this. Taylor, pinpoint, good football.
Brilliant football, Mark. The way they ran it off defence.
This is Hannum. Short kick. Good one. Gee, they're going well, aren't they? Hand pass across to Zilla. Kluzak was the man who took the mark in the first place, and now Taylor's taken a strong mark about 20 metres out.
The ball with Wellman, he feeds off quickly and intelligently to Jeffries, whose kick makes it to half forward. From behind, Rogers, do you mind?
As you said, Neville, quite rightly, they're getting a caning here at the moment, but it is a terrific experience for them.
Yes. They talk about the baby bombers. There's Taylor on the lead, doing it pretty easy, as we said. Morford, he'll have a shot from 50, punches one in, and this time the goal kicker is online. His turn.
Here's Simon Longman, now a chance for Filippo. I think that was Filippo. Long kick to Taylor, got one hand to it, Gerke with him. Here's Zilla. This is Jason Zilla. Have a look at this. Nickel again, and Nickel bangs it through for six. Wins it. Filippo. Good tackling by Noonan though. He persisted there. Now a chance for the very talented Brewer. Good kick by Brewer. Well done. Long kick looking for Taylor out in front. This time he had one to beat Mark Marshall. Picked up by Zilla. That's Stephen Zilla round the corner. Contest right in front of goal. And a fine mark. It's been paid. It's an Eagles mark to Neiman. And he is no more than 5 or 6 metres out. He's going to give it to Hannum. And Hannum has banged it through.
Thanks, Mark. I hope you won't be cold.
Must be sweating. It's quite hot up here even in jackets, let alone a jumper and a jacket. Mind you, you're not wearing a shirt, so good mark taken down there at right half forward. This is Taylor once again. Jeffrey's hand pass, not a good one. And a big chance here now for Hannum. Got it from Brewer, and Hannum drills it through again. A lot of these are Eagles supporters, and they can be very pleased with this performance. Not all of it. Another goal.
It's Taylor. What a great effort. 10 goals. Some A-grade leagues about him as the siren goes. 32-minute quarter, and that ends the misery for North Adelaide. 28-20, 48 scoring shots. A margin of 156 points. North Adelaide 4-8.
After Port's defeat by Norwood in round 21, the match against the Redlegs at the Parade in round 22 loomed as a danger game. Port had the bye in the last round, so if the Eagles could win their last 2 games, then they would finish minor premiers. First up, Norwood.
The left boot around the corner to 10-goal man Taylor. Toombs thumped it away, did well. Oh, Ugritic earned that one. Welcome to league football, and it's a free kick behind play. Taylor came in to square up, and the umpire, Abbott, has reported Taylor. What about that? The opening seconds of this match, and Andrew Taylor, the 10-goal man from last week, is reported.
23 years of age, playing at half forward, now has a look at the goals. He's a long, long way out, 60+ metres. That kick is enormous and has carried. What a great kick. He'd be very pleased with that, as I'm sure the rest of the Eagles players are.
Tate brings it to ground. Chapman stole it. Now this is Neiman, a long ball to the unprotected goal square. The sun's in the eye, but Nichols has the sit. What a kick that was. It was 70 metres, and it gave Nichols the sit to mark in the goal square. Bluzek 60 out. There goes Taylor again over that player's head. Nickel is the target. He'll set himself the big man. Up and down. Toombs gathered in the loose ball. Now Taylor gets it out to Nickel on the left boot around the corner, snapped. He's got it. 3 goals won this quarter. Stuart Nickel, hasn't he been a dominant force?
For the Redlegs, the Antokia charges his way through. Eames is also in there, taken eventually by the player who David Mackay likes so much in Stephen Pitt. Those little 1%ers win games. Chapman it was, into the forward line, and he has Taylor. What a wonderful piece of work.
You can't keep him down for long, Taylor.
Taylor now doesn't go at the goals, puts it to the head of the square, and has got that player who has started this game so well. Not the easiest of marks to take. O'Brien loves to fly. He couldn't take that one. This time, though, recovers the best. Now, there's no one attending the goal square. Let's have a look at which way it bounces. Very favourably. And to the delight of the Norwood crowd, it goes through for O'Brien's first and Norwood's fourth. So to the head of the square it goes. Taylor's the target, and he's a strong man, isn't he?
Now, Filippo short and Kluzak. Oh! Good work, Kluzak. Chapman didn't like the attention that Burns gave him, but either way, Kluzak will complete the mark. Into time on of the second term. Almost into half-time. The Redlegs need a quick goal. Will it come from O'Brien? On the left boot it is. O'Brien kicks it. He gets his second. He loves this. He started in defence earlier in the year. Now he's on the forward line. He loves kicking a goal.
To half forward he goes. Craig Barn, who replaced Ben Modra at centre half back. Kluzak cleverly inside. Deft skills, and now the player firing away at the goals is Brewer. He's all class. And what a great start by the Eagles.
Neiman took it from the ruck. Onto the left boot. That is a champion goal. Neiman gets his first. The Eagles 8 goals 16 lead the Redlegs 8 goals 3.
Thumps them back into the full forward area. Taylor's the target. He's got the sit. Jumps. Good spoil and well taken by Morford. Put this one down to Scott. He has his first on the board and roved it beautifully. Papers covering O'Brien like a rash. Fed down now from Brewer. Now Tape. And catch that if you can from the player in Primke. No player could. Brewer cleans up the best with a left leg. He's all class, this kid, and has scored a goal. Great work. Has his second.
Pitt over the top of the ball, missed it. The Eagles got a free kick, but the advantage rule allowed to play. Nickel over the top to Taylor. He has 1 goal 4 into the open goal. Make that 2 goals 4. The Eagles now 13-23, leading Norwood 13 goals 6 as Taylor gets his second. Brewer got through too easily. Feeds it off to Chapman. This could be dangerous if he can kick a goal. It was 16 points. It's now 22. Perhaps that's good night for the Redlegs.
wonderful spoil moments ago. Is this Norwood's last chance? Shooms comes through. I don't think so this time as Stephen Zilla thups it towards the line. Taylor, the body work, and takes it. For one of 20 years of age, can't fail to be impressed with him. Now he pushes it up towards the centre-half forward line. The full forward line. Rodman's in there, so too is Nickel. Looks to get it over the shoulder. Shooms. Balm. Now Jason Zilla around the body. This could be it. It is. The umpire should put two fingers up and does.
Dolan, hard nose over the top of the ball, still forcing it forward. The siren sounded. Quite right, Tricky. They've run out of time. The final score here at the parade. The Eagles 15 goals 26, 116.
With a 12-point victory secured, the next test was against Central, undefeated all year on their home ground.
Zilla in towards goal, and the Eagles open their account. Their first major. Nickel couldn't quite take it. Oh, clever work, Filippo. He's on his left. He might even do it all himself. He has! Great individual effort. The Eagles second. The Eagles won't care what it was for. They've got it. High kick in. Chance at the back. Nickel pays. Open goal. He's got it!
Well, they've done it the hard way. Neiman wins the tap.
Okay, Nip, we totally disagree with each other, but I'm happy with that.
Thought I'd blind you with a bit of science, Neville. Jason Zilla with a good kick, and Shacky's taken another big mark. Nickel. In fact, Nickel it is, my apologies. Bit of difference there, about 4 or 5 feet, I'd say. Here's Morford having a shot, and Morford has scored a terrific goal, his second. They're looking threatening, Neville,
getting it straight out of the centre, and but they're just using the ball so much better. Every time the Dogs get it, they give it back. Kluzak, set shot almost, punches it through his first.
In trouble down there was McGowan, a series of kicks and hand passes. Now a chance, here's Schwert, got it from Gurdon. Schwert with a long kick, giving Lounder every possible chance. Spear, oh what a wonderful relieving mark that was.
That's as good as you can see on the last line of defence. Too much muscle, too much height, Lounder, but Spear grabbed it from nowhere.
Paul Kripke, now Chapman. High, big John Jackie!
Now what can he do with this one?
Oh, he's kicking another point.
1 goal 6 so far, Nipper, is that right?
Well, I reckon he's got 2 goals 6.
Sorry, 2 goals 6, yes.
And, well, he missed 2 shots from this very same range in the first quarter.
You wouldn't have money on him, though, at the moment. He hasn't been very accurate today.
That's okay.
But he's straightened up. He says, thanks very much now.
And it didn't even make the distance, to your mind, and Spear does exactly that. He spears the ball to the far side. Kodak! Oh!
They don't come better than that.
Oh, that's got to be the mark of the year.
Schwert tries to force his way out. Geister there as well again. So too Zilla. What can he do from the boundary? Maybe a miracle goal! I don't believe that kick! Oh, what a magnificent piece of work!
And, some interesting stats over the last 12 weeks. The Eagles have only lost once. They have had a bye, they've had a draw, and just the 1 loss. So that is quite significant. Here's Brewer. Now to Kluzak from 35 metres out, nonchalantly kicks his second. Here's Schwert from about 85 metres, kicks well inside 50. Oh, strong mark taken down there. It's an Eagles mark. Neve, who has had a terrific day at the office. That was a very strong one. It was Gurdon who was coming at him quite strongly, but Neve held his ground, looking for his big ruckman. Negri, interesting season, Negri. He just didn't fit into the side, did he, Neville? He was just too tall. They had too many tall players earlier on.
Yes, they've managed to try and fit him in off the bench, and let's hope that he can play a final for the Eagles. It'll be good for him. They're missing Taylor today. Let's not forget. We bring that player back, and that might tighten things up. As celebrations all round for the Eagles. Bruce Winter in the bunker. David Neiman with him. Frank Leonard congratulates him. He gives himself the pleasure of a smile because of this 42-point win over Central today.
The Eagles had displayed consistently good form over a 4-week period, defeating all 4 opponents on their home ground. Port won the qualifying final against Glenelg comprehensively, setting up a rematch of the Foundation Cup Grand Final and a stern finals test for the Eagles, who had been beaten twice during the year by the Magpies and had only won 1 of their 4 finals appearances in the last 2 years. Not even the most one-eyed Eagles fan would have predicted the result.
Right across to the outer side. Opportunity, Chapman. He's up from the centre. Oh, great take, Nickel. A loose kick, a hurried kick. Nickel in front position, the place to be.
and he took it on the second grab. Neiman now wants Filippo. Plenty of heads there for the Magpies. So too for the Eagles. Zilla to Morfitt and goal. That's as easy as you can do it at Football Park if you've got the numbers and if you've got the skill. The Eagles are 2 goals, 12 points. Port Adelaide 1-1.
Almost 25 minutes gone. Chalmers and Neiman. Neiman wins it, goes to Kluzak. Zilla. Now the umpires sorted out a free kick. The advantage is with the Eagles. Neiman with a long one, looking down there for Nico. Yes! Oh, wonderful mark. Terrific against Mead.
There was a lot of pushing and shoving as that ball came in.
Mead looking for Burton, went through his hands. Plays over there, chance for Brewer. Now Zilla. Infield he goes to Brewer again. Now Zilla. This is Stephen. So it was Jason who set that up. And Stephen has, I think he's kicked it. He has a terrific goal by the Rover.
Down, Morfitt held and will be getting a free kick. He goes on quickly. He wants Pesh and finds him. Beautifully put. Good kick. And he's doing all right, Pesh. He's only been on the ground minutes. Across the base of ground, Zilla, but he leaves it for Shaki. Shaki drops it. This is Neve, I should say, well up the ground. He's given the opportunity. Open to Stephen Zilla, into the open goal. He's booted through his second.
That's Jason, long one, up go the forwards and the defenders. Mead got a hand to it, it comes to Zilla again. Will he kick this one? He has. The brothers are combining magnificently. That time it was Jason.
Is Jamie Tape, he takes off. On quickly go the Eagles. Filippo will lead Phillips. And those are the sorts of balls that Greg Phillips doesn't like to see come in. Play on's the call as Filippo wants to go quickly. Pays, he's got nickel forward of him, but he'll be satisfied to punch it into Shaki. Watch for him. Against Rosonico, he's held behind the play and he gets it! Well, he deserved a free kick and he didn't take the mark for mine.
Now, we were talking about last game performances before the match, and Shaki kicked 6 goals, 6 against Central District.
Bill Rogers, a poor kick. Burton off his feet. Oh, well done by Chapman. He gave it to Morfitt in a beautiful piece of work. On to Nicol, and it's good. Open goal. Northeast closes. He has one. And mark it down for 2. Filippo particularly on Phillips. Smith and Delaney work it out with the kicks. A shocker. Chapman burst through the pack. A loose ball. They've won all the loose balls. It's a trade of the Maggies. Zilla to Filippo. And everything going the way of the Eagles. But they've made it so for themselves. His kick is long. Horribly close to goal. He's booted it. 70 metres. He's first.
To Delaney. Not sure which way to go. There's his kick. He's looking for Rosonico. No, it was looking in the end there for Mead. It fell short of him. Rowan Smith fumbling his way through the pack. All Port Adelaide. Good chance now. Well done by Zilla to Chapman. Now cleverly done by Kluzak. Neiman. Kick up toward full forward. Oh, yes, he's got it. Well done by Morfitt. 3 goals.
Kluzak. Jason Zilla, Shaki, watch for him, he's got it, and he had a year to take that chest mark, and he's got the run through fine. Brewer closes on him, they're giving nothing away, the Eagles. It'll be hard work just to get a kick out there for Port Adelaide. They'll see to that because they want to make an impression in case them again. Tyler up early, at the back spear. In they go again, the Eagles, towards half forward, and Phillips again continues to play an important role. He won't give it up. Full A's. Kluzak there. The new boy, Justin Waite, Julian Waite, I should say. Here he is again, only 18 years of age. Rosonico caught with the ball. They can't get an easy kick, the Magpies. Finally, it's Pesh. Into the open goal. And the Eagles might have just sealed their grand final berth.
Mead at full forward now, and he's kicked into the man on the mark. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up the Port Adelaide situation.
It would be an overkill for height, I'm sure.
Rowan Smith tries to pick up Morfitt, who's kicked 3 goals, does well, somehow gets the hand pass to Chapman. He got it from Tottenham, now Morfitt's got it again, so he's on the end of a string of hand passes to left half forward. Oh, Nick Pearce, you are playing a blinder, young man.
And Port Adelaide not relishing these conditions here at all today, and would be happy to hear the final siren. It can only be minutes away as Phillips on Filippo. I pushed him in the arm. You can't be serious, he says. So, Filippo, free kicked at half forward. Over the 50 he goes. Replay. make your own choice. They have been too quick everywhere today, and that's a real concern. The grand final spot now belongs to the Eagles. The only factor left is who will challenge them. The preliminary finals.
The demolition of the Magpies left the Eagles jubilant, but in no mood to celebrate immediately. Winter was keen to get the whole club focused on the main game, the grand final, and he had another 2 weeks to do it. He and the selectors also had the difficult task of deciding how to include Andrew Taylor and Wayne Wiedemann into the lineup. Although, with a rib injury to David Udgrinic, this was not as hard a job as it might have been. Norwood had surprised almost everybody, firstly disposing of the impressive Glenelg team in a gritty first semi-final display, and then the Magpies in the qualifying final. While they hadn't beaten the Eagles during the year, there had been 2 close games, and there was no doubting that the Redlegs were in good form. Norwood's finals record alone spoke for itself, and expectations were high for a close tussle. 42,719 fans turned up at Football Park, and this is a taste of what they saw.
Out of the centre square, the first exit is to the Eagles, and a spoil put on by Brett James, which the umpire says is illegal.
Zilla got 30 possessions last time they played. He destroyed the Redlegs.
This is Stephen Zilla, short and's got Taylor. What a start by the Eagles. They've got the aid of what is probably a 3 or 4 goal breeze, and Andrew Taylor will have the first shot from the game at around 40 metres. So Taylor, normally very, very reliable, needs to set it at the left post. That is the ideal start for the Eagles. They're away. Led in the race to the ball and probably in the end should have taken it. Quick one take from Stephen Zilla. On the up, gets Taylor. Taylor drags around the body. Left leg to the head of the square. Who's there? Brewer comes charging through. He can get a leg to it. He can't. And Scott Robinson does very, very well to take it over for a point. The spear kick. To half-back he goes. Well snared by Zilla. Pays Zilla. Now Morfitt would love to get around on the left leg and does. Towards the 50-metre line he goes. James isn't there this time. Or at least he's not close enough to the action because a good mark has been taken by Philippo at centre-half forward. What Sam can do from 51 metres out. That ball bends around in the breeze. It comes back a long, long way. You won't want to know about it. Taylor shepherded it through. Jonathan Toombs just couldn't get access to the ball.
Loose ball now. Ducker, first touch. Second, it goes down with Scores. Rowe winds his way through. This is Smart. Quickly, he'll be tackled. Great tackle for Patterson. A charge from 20. Open goal. He's got it. He's first. The Redlegs second. Opportunity. Pays plenty of room. He punches it in and did it brilliantly to give it to Stephen Zilla.
Well, I'm not sure if Zilla was the target. Andrew Taylor was out there. That's where the ball was heading. There just was no penetration in the kick.
Oh, he's just trying to give him a bit of a legger. Stephen Zilla. 50 out. In he comes. He's got some distance with him. That is a super kick and goal. Oh, brilliantly done.
Spoil is put on by Jonathan Toombs and he did very well. Gee, the Norwood defence is under some pressure.
That was educated, Philippo. He knew he was in trouble. He took a dive and turned at the same time. And it's very difficult. Look at him. Very difficult to gather in a player that's turning on you and falling at the same time.
Wiedemann at 50. Taylor shepherds. He's got some space now. Toombs got rid of him. Jason Zilla from 40. Straight at goal. Oh, the Eagles. Too good. He's first. The Eagles, they go into the breeze. Over half forward. Taylor in front. Can't quite take it. Oh, the Spillers with Nickel. Tried to tap it on. Wiedemann again. He's Cullen. Gets it away to Jason Zilla. Inside to Taylor. Out wide. Tate. Up from half back. And the defender is absolutely ecstatic. And so he should be. His first goal. Chapman winds his way out of trouble. He does it brilliantly. Wiedemann to Morfitt. They're running the Eagles. They'll have another shot at goal. Morfitt. A goal. He's first.
Through half forward, gets it towards the player in Chapman, who's also been effective from centre. Thumps it towards the pocket. Where's Robin? Sits. Pushes it towards the line. Not far enough because Stephen Zilla has really broken through the pack and has nailed it.
Up they go. Scotty Robertson, McIntosh. High into half forward. The Eagles, though, leading the race for the ball. Have a look at that. Nearly a slips catch. Neve heavily burdened with bodies from Christian O'Brien.
They're under enormous pressure. Schwarz gets it from Chapman and chips short. Has Stephen Zilla. He's a prodigious kick of the ball, as we saw earlier in the term. He sets sail for goal, and I think he might have got his third. He has. Hasn't he played a game, young Stephen Zilla?
Here's McIntosh now, thumps it back in. Norwood need an early one to get the confidence and momentum up. Neve has played well. Here's Prime, he can do something special. Dribbles it towards the line. And Chris Prime nails his second.
Every time they direct it to him, he doesn't let them down. Taylor's the target. Shacky at the back. He's got it!
Now, Neville, it was only 2 years ago that Shacky led the goal kicking for the Brisbane Bears. He kicked 47 goals to head the club. Taylor was discarded by the Brisbane Bears as well. And Shacky shows his stop.
Tap down, Tanner, reflex, Stephen Rowe, good smother. Here he is again.
And the crowd's right behind him. They love this big fellow. And that was a committed smother. Head down, arms right up. He was right on top of the boot. And I can tell you, that takes a fair bit of courage.
Lockie Bowman from the back pocket. Punches it towards half-back with his second kick. Up over the top is a terrific mark. 28 minutes in, the Redlegs have another chance, but not if the Weed has his save. Perfect execution of the tackle, holding the ball. And a turnover. Look at that. No chance.
Very solid game by Tate.
He's been good, hasn't he? And as we mentioned earlier, probably off to the Tigers in Melbourne next year. Beautifully done, Nick Pesh. Look at the pace as he bounces towards half forward. Out comes Taylor. He has another bounce. He'll go long to Stuart Nicol. Here he comes in short. Beautifully done. Tate with a footy, running clean, up centre wing. He tips it in high. He wants Taylor up high. Loose ball. Modra gets free, winds his way out of the pack. Oh, beautifully stolen. Pesh from 40 on a super bit of individual football. And that just tells you what day the Redlegs have had. His first, he came off the bench to do it. The Eagles 17.
Trouble for Norwood, but Robrin in looking for Tanner, eventually got that player between three. Here's Eames, who got the sweeping handball from Tanner to half forward. He goes, Rogers! What a mark! In the dying stages of the 93 final, up over the top.
Yes, it's something you'd like to do. It's an Eagles supporter. Yes, not far between. That'll be full of champagne in about a half an hour.
Well, she's got a good sense of humour anyway. She reckons this is ours. I'm just cleaning it up for the boys.
Scott Burns gives it off to Robber, and there's the siren to end the 1993 grand final. And the Eagles have dominated the day. They go out winners by 73 points.
Wayne Wiedemann, could he be the best man on the ground? He was dynamic early and instrumental in many plays. The Eagles celebrate. Norwood not disgraced by any means. They did it very tough to get through to the grand final. But it's the turn of the Eagles, fired out in the preliminary final last year. Up goes the champ.
No doubt it was a one-sided game, but who cares if you're an Eagles fan? 40 years since West Torrens had won a flag and Woodville had never won a day grand final. Now supporters from both old clubs had something in common and something to share. Perhaps the best summing up of the year and what it meant for the club came from Captain Peter Schwartz when he accepted the Thomas Seymour Hill Trophy.
3 years ago, a lot of people made some very tough decisions, a lot of administrators for two clubs. They made some painful decisions and they joined together. This is the end result. This is for both clubs, for Woodville and for West Torrens. Now we're one club.
The new Eagles had come of age and made their presence felt in no uncertain terms. No wonder then that the celebrations were long and hard at Woodville Oval. And there you have it, 1993, the year of the Eagle. There's lots more for Eagles fans to look forward to, but will the captain's prophecy come true?
I hope you all enjoy this because you're going to get a lot of it.